to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biz Chicks. We're here. It's Tech Friday, and we're here with the Tech Divas talking about Tech Life Weekly. We have Dr. Tachi all the way from Florida, and we got Francine all the way from California. I'm Terralina, and we just want to welcome you to Biz Chicks TV. Come on in, relax. We're going to talk about tech in an easy to understand way and have some fun. So without further ado, let's talk about what's happening in tech this week. Fran, what do
Tech
you have?
history, you mean? Oh yeah, tech history. Yes. Okay. Um, I I'm just going. I don't need to talk about death and stuff today, so I'm not going to.
Thank you.
October 6, 1983, Lotus Development IPO, the company behind Lotus 123, which was a dominant. A dominant spreadsheet company in the early PC era went public, marking the enterprise's software growing prestige. Do we still use Lotus 123, or are we
I don't
now?
think so. Wasn't
It's
that on
like
floppy
sheets
disk?
okay, so since we don't know what it is, it's gone the way of the
Oh,
telephone
okay.
booth.
I think so.
We don't. Okay, so that's Lotus One. The ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, was one of the first electronic general purpose computers. And this was October 8th, 1996. Um, that they got a stamp to acknowledge its historical place. October 9th, 1876. I did say 1876.
Mhm.
While not digital computing, this marks a milestone in telecommunications, foundational to later computer networks and voice over IP. This is the first call between Alexander Graham Bell and his
Okay.
assistant, Mr. Watson.
What was the first call? Watson, come here, or
I think he said something like that. Watson, I need you, or something.
something to that effect.
Yes.
More
It's
like a
interesting.
telephone than a telephone.
Yeah, it was like a string on a can. Okay.
hmm
I'm wondering if you could, but I guess when they played with the game with the string with the can,
hmm
wasn't that how far were you? Could you still hear from the string, or
Could hear on the string, maybe across the yard, or yeah.
Oh, wow.
hmm
yeah, it was interesting because it's a string in a can. Okay.
It's
Uh,
physics.
yeah.
Oh, now you know that you just went there with me.
That was my favorite scientific subject, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes, I love physics.
Wow.
yeah, because stuff is doing stuff all the time.
Yes.
It's physics. Um, let's see. Okay, so we're going to talk about some tech making history this week.
hmm
Vision AI's India's Emerging Tech Conference at IIT Delhi brought together experts in AI, quantum, blockchain, cybersecurity to share advances in and catalyze collaboration. And that comes from the Times of India, that publication. Okay, Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days are going on now, October 7th. Oh no, that already happened. It was October 7th and the 8th. That boat has sailed. Today is the 10th. A large-scale shopping event. Apparently I did not participate in. It was focused on tech and electronic deals, likely stimulating consumer demand and supply chain movements, according to the New York Post.
hmm
NVIDIA stock surge in AI chip deals. NVIDIA hit a new all-time high in market cap, driven by reports of multi-billion-dollar AI chip deals in the UAE and Saudi Arabia. And that is your week in tech history and tech making history. It's kind of quiet today, although we're playing with stuff from that happened 2 weeks ago, but I digress. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. Well, I did pull up this story about the fact that there is actually a robotic company in China, Chinese robot maker AGI Bot plans a Hong Kong IPO next year. And their big thing is that, according to Reuters, these Chinese humanoid robot maker AGI Bot plans to launch that public offering, and they're eyeing a valuation of 40 billion to 50 billion. And listing plans are backed by investors like Tencent and Hong Kong Sean Capital. So they're getting ready to really get deep into the robotics industry. And I think that this is important because of all of the different things that are going on with chips. Also, I want you to know that I was listening to the news this morning, and they were talking about the fact that China is going to start blocking NVIDIA's chips because they want people to use domestically made chips. So that may affect the valuation of NVIDIA too. So all of those things are going on at the same time. Meanwhile, um, we've been playing around with Sora, so we can do that if you want to go there now, Fran. I
Let's
did
see what TJ, do you have stories on Sora?
before we get
So we
started.
can-
Do I have a story on Sora?
Uh-huh.
Just one that it has hit 1 million downloads
Wow.
faster than people were downloading ChatGPT. It's number
Oh.
one in the App Store. It's had a
Mm-hmm.
bigger first week than ChatGPT, and this is according to data from App Figures. So it's the fastest downloaded in 5 days.
Not surprising.
Not at all.
Mhm.
Hey, Fred, good morning. So you know this is going to be a rabbit trail this morning, right?
We know good and damn well it's going to be a rabbit trail.
It's going to be a rabbit hole.
Before we go down that hole,
Mhm.
Yes.
robot hole, if you will. You see what I did there?
Robot hole.
Yeah. I did see something where I can't remember which conference this was at, but the CEO of NVIDIA was saying that the next millionaires are going to be in the trades. So people like plumbers, electricians, etc. And he was saying, because when you look at who owns these companies currently, most of them are boomers that are getting ready to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And so now these businesses may be up for sale. So people that are getting MBAs, etc., they may look outside of the corporate structure and look to acquiring these businesses. So that actually is, I took a whole thing because I was in the Pharrell Williams thing, and one of our coaches actually does coaching and acquisitions. So I'm all into acquisitions now, right? So
Right.
there was this whole thing that we talked about in terms of looking at these people that are older, that have these businesses that they've had for 30 and 40 years. And if they're looking to sell or retire, that may provide an avenue, not just as an acquisition, but as an extension of your own business. So for example, there's one of my cohort mates who they have a courier service.
Mm-hmm.
And they do all of Florida, but they actually do beyond there as well. And so there is, and we're actually at the same place. There is a kind of like a mailboxes, etc. You know how those are independently owned. There's one where I have my mailbox and super nice, so great. And he's had it for like 30 years. And so she said, I'm going to look to ask if he's willing to sell, if he's looking to sell anytime soon, because that's right in line with what we do with the courier service. So that to say that I think that's 100% correct. What I can't remember his name, the CEO of NVIDIA, but I think that's right in line. The only caveat I will say is that often people who are doing businesses in the trades like plumbing and electricians, the next time I ask you how I can pay and you tell me Cash App, see, that's a problem. That's a problem. Have it as one thing, but if that's your major thing, that's a problem. And if I give you who uses checks? I don't think I have any. But if I happen to find a stray check somewhere and you say I take checks and it takes you 17 million days to cash it, that's also a problem. So I think that is true. But if you want to be in on that, if you are not an MBA or you didn't, for example, go to college and you want to be in on this, you really have to get that level of acumen business-wise if you want to be one of these millionaire plumbers or whatever. So I just wanted to say that because this is what the CEO of NVIDIA said, since we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that is actually good, because somebody gonna need to keep stuff going in the real world.
Yeah, AI can't fix pipes.
No, nor your wires, electricity, and
Your
build
dishwasher.
homes and all that. We're not there yet.
Well,
No.
and it wouldn't be able to do that either, right? We need somebody.
No,
It's
we'll have
the plumber.
robots. They're having, MIT is making all those robots that do things.
Right, but it's the plumber that come to fix the sink, right? So my electric company days.
Yeah.
But somebody has to come in there and know what wrench to use to fix the leak or whatever. And we're still going to need that. We're living in homes. Everything is not robotic and everything is not AI. Although AI does a lot of things, it can't do everything.
And does it do it well all the time?
You still have to have the human. I'm serious. Fred has some comments here. He says,
Yes.
This is why I'm doing a series on career centers, trade schools for high school students, and manufacturing is going to explode. Advanced manufacturing and cooperative robots. Robots work with the skilled professional. Yes, because somebody has to push the button to turn the machine on. Right. Okay. And he says, what I'm learning, the robotic aspect will still require humans in the background. Yep.
Somebody's got to program the robot. Somebody's got to tell it what to do. Somebody's got to monitor it. What if it decides to fix all the electric lines and it was only sent there to fix one socket? Now it's rewiring the whole house.
Right, because remember, humans make mistakes. Robots do not. They only do what you tell it to do. But if you tell it to do the wrong thing,
okay,
or it malfunctions, because that happens as well. Remember, these things are only electronics. And the reason we have electricians and engineers is because these things can break down, and somebody needs to not only know how to develop them, but how to repair them.
And what happens when the humans go on strike and they have an attitude before they leave? Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is a problem. Okay. So you might want to talk to your repairman a little nicer. Okay.
And to the machine. Because hopefully I will be spared during the robot apocalypse because I talk nicely to ChatGPT.
Exactly.
Please and thank you.
Fred says robots will malfunction, short out, and blow up. Okay.
Yes. So okay. So the title of today's tech live, because I know TJ, did you want to go ahead and do your
I think
stories? I know
go
you.
first. Yeah, before we start
Yeah,
playing
get your
band.
stories. You want to do your stories first before we
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
go play with Alice?
Yeah. Okay, so this week's social media news updates. Facebook is updating its algorithm to give users more control over videos they see. So they have a new algorithm update that will showcase more real videos tailored to users' preferences. So this update includes features that offer users greater control over the videos they see. AI powered search suggestions and new friend bubbles. Facebook will make it easier for you to say that you don't like these types of videos. You can now select oh, excuse me. You can now select not interested. Let me get a sip of water. What is
Yes.
something is happening. Okay, so sorry about that. They can now select not interested on a reel or flag a comment, posting the recommendations engine or prompting the recommendations engine to adapt based on the feedback. So you say I don't like this, or you let it know, so it's not going to show you that anymore. The save feature has also been updated to make it easier to collect favorite reels and posts in one place. Oh, excuse me. So this is to help the user interface when you're using the app. And also, this is a theme for this week that Facebook is doing this. Meta actually is doing this with Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. They're pushing Reels to be more in front, and we talked about that because of the iPad, the new Instagram iPad update, which goes into Reels only feed. So they're starting to push that out to Facebook and the main Instagram. We're gonna, there's a couple of stories about that. And also they have these little friend bubbles on Reels and in the main feed, so users can see which posts their friends have liked. I've seen this and I was like, what the heck is this? So you're watching a reel and the little, the little note bubble is on the reel and it's floating at the bottom. It's crazy stuff. So I think you can tap that. Yes. So you can tap on the bubble on your friend's profile picture to send a DM about the reel. So it floats on top of the reel. So they're starting to do more things about reels. And also Facebook Reels will feature AI powered search suggestions. There'll be recommended queries to help users discover more content about topics they like. We talked about that, interest based, similar to the great suggestions found at the bottom of TikTok videos. So here they are again, copying TikTok. So one copies the other. They see Snapchat doing something, Instagram copies it. They see TikTok doing something, Instagram copies it. So it's a little back and forth. Speaking of the Instagram, Instagram is testing opening to Reels as the main feed. Here we go. So they're testing it in India. That the app Instagram itself, when you open it, you will not see square photos. You will see Reels. It will be like a TikTok feed where you go into TikTok, you see the videos. So when you go into Instagram, you don't have to tap on Reels. They'll be right there front and center. So they're testing this in India, testing this UI in India to see if it takes off. So it says tapping on that first, so it will open on Reels specifically. Tapping on that first post will expand the Reels view to the full screen scrollable Reels display. So this was out of Bloomberg. They reported that Instagram was testing this updated variation in some markets in India in order to put more emphasis on Reels engagement. So here's the quote from Instagram CEO. Reels and DMs have driven most all our growth at Instagram over the last few years. So we are exploring making them the first two tabs. This is just an option available to a small group of people in India starting this week. Photos from accounts you follow are still in the home tab. So they're switching the view of when you go into Instagram, you see the square, you see the regular post. They're switching it from that to Reels. So if you wanted to see the post, you would have to actually tap on the bottom. they're switching the views. And they're doing this. Why? Because they are saying that people aren't posting to the main feed like they used to, because Reels drives more attention, more engagement. They looked at the data. It makes sense for Instagram to put more emphasis on Reels and present Reels front and center to help drive interest. So personally, I don't like that view, because like I said, I was happy about the Instagram app. Went to it, installed, and it updated. I didn't install it. It just automatically updates. So when you look at it on the iPad, it's Reels, 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 Reels. And it's like, how do I get to look at the post? Well, there's something you got to tap on, but I just didn't like it. So they're putting that in Instagram on the phone, the mobile version. Okay.
And they pushed us to this because they're the ones who kept telling us, we want you to do Reels.
Right.
Yeah.
Every post is a Reel.
Right. Trial Reels, this Reel. So now it's Reels direct. Like you open Instagram, Reels, not your regular square post, or even that little crazy. They got the little small one that's a crazy view. I'm like, that's stupid. But they're gonna make it Reels, which I'm not happy about. So we'll see what happens. And two more from Reels. So Instagram is testing a Reels algorithm control option. I think I mentioned this before. So you're going to be able to highlight the topics that you think you want to see, and you'll be able to edit them and add and remove topic groups. There'll be a setting for that. So yes, Instagram announced this last month, but now they're spreading it out more. So
I'm not sure I understand that. So
it's going to be a setting where you get to determine the topics that you want to see instead of followers.
Okay. So like you could do tech, or you could do finance, or you could do
so the screenshot that they have, what do you want to see more of? Educational tech breakdowns, boxing, cinematic stories, thought leadership, startup cinema, personal growth, creative fuel, and then there's an add button where you type in what you want. Anything you want. And then that's what you want to see more of, and then there's a section that says what you want to see less of. So the things that you don't like sports or whatever, you put it there and you'll see less of that.
Well, isn't that what you told us about curating our feed? Is this
they're doing it for you. Instagram never did that. Instagram never did it. Instagram is based on followers. Now it's not. And we've been saying that. So this Real algorithm overview will be available in a new Your Algorithm section within your Reels settings, which you'll be able to access in the menu in the Reels feed. So you'll be able to choose your topics. And when you tap into any topic, you have a range of options on how to manage it, while Instagram will show you examples of the types of Reels that you'll see in the subject group. So you can add a subject and then it say, okay, this is an example of what you're going to see, in case, to double check and make sure you want to see it. Now, as far as people doing this, we'll see, because it's an option you'll have to go in and find and set it. So it's not like your new Instagram account and these things are up front and center, because Instagram was, you got an Instagram account and you decided who you want to follow. So now they're putting this on the back end. So how many people are going to find it? We'll see, because people say they want this, but do they really go in and do the setting? That's the ticket. We're going to see. Will they do it? We'll see. But it's going to be there. So it's rolling out more to more and more creators. And the last one from Instagram. Instagram has introduced a new Ring Award for top creators. So Instagram has announced they have an awards program. And this week, 25 creators received a gold ring. So they actually got a gold ring, but they also get a gold ring around their Instagram profile.
Okay.
So they'll get that ring that says, hey, I am a top creator, or a top, whatever they're calling it. They had a judges panel for this program. So the judges were Adam Mosseri, Spike Lee, designer Marc Jacob, YouTuber Marquez. That's how you say Marquez Brownlee.
Mhm.
actress Yara Shahidi, makeup artist Pat McGrath, and there were more. Those are the ones they listed in the article. Winners will receive a physical custom ring designed by an English designer, Grace Wales Bonner, along with a digital golden ring around their Instagram profile. They'll also be able to design a custom like button that appears when liking feed posts. Winner's not getting any money.
Oh,
You're getting a gold
but
ring
this is
and
what spread says.
a gold ring. Yeah, wow. Where's the money?
Woo-hoo.
Show me the money.
Well, okay, so I heard that the price of gold has gone, I mean,
Yeah,
it
is
hit
it
like a
4,000?
record high.
Yeah, is it
So you might
4,000.
want to
4,000?
melt that down.
Okay, so is this like the real thing, or is Meta's gonna be like gold like?
Is it real gold?
Well, it doesn't say real, it just says gold. It could
You
be
know it's
gold
not real.
plated. Yeah, it could be gold
And I don't
plated.
know if you get a physical ring or just the ring
No,
around
you get a physical ring
Okay.
designed by a designer.
What in the Society of Skull and Bones is this?
This is supposed to be like the Oscars for content creators.
So that's interesting because why did they choose a ring rather than
Because the
like a
ring would, I guess, you get a physical ring and you get the ring around your profile.
Exactly. Your
yes,
profile
yeah,
is a
the
circle.
ring. Okay, I get
You
it.
get a gold one instead of what's there now.
But if you look at the way YouTube does it, they give you a plaque right after
Yes,
certain things.
Thank you.
yes.
So, but it's something that you can show off.
Well,
I
you
mean,
can do a
wear
video
the
and show your
ring.
ring. Hey, I'm one of the top.
That's true, but it's not, a lot of creators have that plaque visible in their
Right,
thing.
in their videos.
You can't
Okay,
just
so
keep
now
putting
you
your
gotta
hands up.
you gotta put the ring on a chain and hang it on a wall or something, because
Or let it just swing in front of you while you're videoing.
Or why not both? Have a plaque and a
Right,
ring.
this is
Oh,
this
you can
is
put it
Meta.
around your neck. You can put it on a necklace.
True.
That's
This is
true. But how many
Meta.
people, if you're not a necklace wearer,
That's true. You know?
I
I don't
and if you're
know.
not a ring wearer, that's going to be an issue
Yeah.
too. So, but here's my suggestion: gold is at $4,031 an ounce. Cash it in if it's real.
Okay, so they didn't say a gold ring, they said a physical custom ring.
Custom. See there?
Oh,
So
so
they
it
didn't
ain't
say
gold.
physical gold ring.
It
Physical
could be
custom ring.
custom
This is
copper.
from the article. Physical custom ring designed by an English fashion designer,
See?
along with a digital golden ring around the Instagram profile.
See, so it could be a
Okay.
plastic gold ring.
You don't get a gold ring, you get a gold ring around your profile.
Right. And you get
you
a
just
Get a
get
custom
a
custom
ring.
ring.
designed ring.
Uh-huh. And custom
Oh.
design ring could be
There's no
Any,
gold in
bakelite.
there.
any material.
So here they wrote in a blog post on Meta's website, this award is all about celebrating those who aren't afraid to take creative chances and do it their way. Those who bring people together over their creativity and deserve recognition.
All right.
Ta-da, no money.
It's again, I can only give credit and slightly clap for Meta for doing what they know how to do. This is honestly, it's the best they can do on their own. So you see what happens when they don't copy. They try to do something on their own and they come up with this.
And they're not, they had I think, didn't they have a rewards program for creators? They got rid of that. So they're not giving you
Instagram
any
got rid of
money.
it.
So, it was a TikTok thing. Oh, TikTok gives you so much money on it. All of the platforms, Snapchat was the first one that was giving away the million. All of them have gotten rid of they're not giving you any money. So I don't understand the creators that are going in it with that mindset. They're not going to give you any money.
And at the end of the day, so here's the thing, and we say this all the time ad nauseum. I think it's fine to use all of these. In fact, use them because it gives you exposure to a wider audience. But
Yeah.
then you take that wider audience someplace else where you can monetize. It doesn't make any sense to be on a hamster wheel creating content if
Right.
it is that your intent is to monetize this. If you're just
Right.
doing it for fun, that's different. But if you are actually trying to do this as a business, which if you're a creator, you should take them someplace else.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. One more. This is the last one from Threads. Threads is experimenting with ghost posts, which
What
auto
is that?
delete after 24 hours. So this is a test, a new option called Ghost Posts, which would enable users to share an update that will be auto archived after 24 hours. What is that? Stories. So it was a little pop-up in the person that tested it. The pop-up says ghost posts are archived after 24 hours. Replies go to messages, and only you can see who liked them replied. So it's like a broadcast message that will auto erase after a day. So it's just stories. And this is a test, it's on Threads. Not sure if this is gonna go through or not. That's what
Okay.
they're looking at.
You know what this sounds like? Throw the rock and hide your hand. It's like, okay, so you posted it and you want it to disappear after what, 24 hours?
Why?
Yeah, like a story, like stories.
Okay, and this goes into the category of who asked for this?
I think Fred put that comment in there.
Do you see Fred's comment? Let's see.
This one? Custom button too? Dr.
Dr. T asked for this.
It's like the blue check. I mean, the ring, as far as I'm concerned, is just another version of the blue check.
Okay.
I'm done.
For Texas Air. Okay.
And that's just social media news and update for the week.
Dr. Tachi, did you want to do your stories before?
I did. I was going to request that before we started to play in the sandbox.
Okay. Go ahead, my dear.
Yeah. So we have not even quite a few, just a few stories. But I wanted to, I don't know, Terry, did you mention about the dedicated TV app?
No.
Okay. So I'll mention this. So Instagram is actually looking at having a dedicated TV app to boost video reach. So they're really trying to go after the same market that YouTube is, because YouTube's video app or their television app is wildly popular. In fact, most of the time, unless I'm out, I'm watching YouTube on my television set. That is TV for me, right?
Yes.
So obviously, as TJ has told us, they've been introducing new features at a steady rate as of late, especially because of the advent of AI on the platform. And there's more that is going to follow, as I'm sure TJ will tell us in the coming weeks. So Bloomberg Screen Time had a conference, what's called the Bloomberg Screen Time Conference, and they held it in LA. And CEO Adam Mosseri said that they're exploring the idea of launching a dedicated TV app as part of a broader move into video. So what they're trying to do is possibly help Instagram videos reach a wider audience on larger screens. So Mosseri said this, quote, "If behavior and the consumption of these platforms is moving to TV, then we need to move to TV too." While nothing is confirmed yet, he's actually regretting that Instagram hadn't started thinking about a TV app earlier. And he also said, "We'd like to figure out how to make sure that we show up in a compelling way on all relevant devices." And he said that the current vertical video format already works well for TV viewing. Well, okay, if you think so. But he made it clear that IG is not planning to acquire live sports or a Hollywood exclusive content. Well, that would be Quibi. So that's what's happening there with that. It's quite interesting that they did not think of a TV app. And this is the stupid thing, because for the longest time, remember IGTV? And remember...
and I was like...
Yes,
had a TV app. Okay,
exactly.
And we didn't like it, apparently.
Right, exactly. And my thing is like that's something like if you really had doubled down into IGTV,
Mhm,
you remember when IGTV first came up, all the
mhm.
gurus were always saying this is how to monetize or this is how to do IGTV properly. If they had leaned into that then, they could have really done something with this. But
Mm.
and then they had Facebook. What was it called? Uh,
Watch.
Facebook Watch, So Facebook had Facebook Watch. They really did not lean into that, and I personally believe they don't take the time to let something grow
They
and get
don't.
wings.
They don't. That's why they don't have Vine. Mhm.
Yeah, so no, she didn't go there.
Well,
Look, look
Twitter
how
messed
far
that up.
back that was. They could have been dominant by now.
Well, and that was Twitter had Vine, and then but Boomerang was Facebook's answer to that.
Or was it? Wait a minute.
Yeah, because I don't think anyway, neither one of them are in existence right now.
Well, you know what they always say, everything doesn't require an answer. Some things are just rhetorical. So what I need Facebook to do is to just see some features of other platforms as rhetorical, and you don't have to do it too. You don't also have to have an answer, because that answer, nobody asked for your answer, number one, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes you need to keep quiet and let other people speak. What meanwhile you're formulating your own ideas, right? So what happens is,
Mhm.
and it's not just Meta, there are other obviously places that do this. You look at Twitch, they've got stories, and this whole stories thing started with Snapchat.
Snapchat.
It all started with Snapchat, and I used to be a heavy Snapchatter, but I don't know. I become unenamored with things quickly, I think. But that was there, and because they didn't really lean into it the way they could, then of course,
Mhm.
Master of None Meta came, or at the time it was Facebook, and started doing their things, and then Instagram started doing their stories. That led the way for TikTok to do story type content as well. So it is what it is. But I think this is interesting that they missed the opportunity and they're kicking themselves that they didn't do this before. And it requires futurists to see how well
Mhm.
something
Mhm.
is going to do. So you put your future cap on, future thinking cap. So
Well,
I want go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just thinking if we're thinking future forward, are we sitting down in front of a TV?
Like I said,
Yeah.
I am with Dr. Tachi. When I do sit down in front of the TV, YouTube's on there. It's just playing in the background.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So I found that quite interesting.
I
Oh,
guess that means, does that mean I'm using my TV for a monitor?
Basically, you
mhm.
know what? If that's what it is, although, so you can look at it one of two ways. You are using your television as a monitor in the current sense, but it is the future of what
Mhm.
television is.
Mhm.
It's the now and the future.
Mm.
Yes.
So, moving on, let's talk a little bit about what's happening here locally in my neck of the woods. Telemundo Studios has actually launched a Latino podcast incubator with the University of Miami. So, NBC Universal Telemundo Studios, which is in Miami, has introduced what they call a quote industry first podcast incubator. And this is in partnership with U of M, or University of Miami. And what this is going to do is give student creators access to Telemundo's production resources, mentorship, and distribution platforms.
Nice.
So they're saying that they are the first major Spanish language media company to embed student creators directly into its content pipeline. And that taps into a generation that really intuitively understands bilingual and bicultural audiences across alternative, as they call them, platforms. So they're trying to strengthen their ability to deliver authentic stories while fueling demand for bilingual audio among Latino audiences. And this is what they're doing by trying to align with these young voices. Javier Pons is the chief content officer and head of Telemundo Studios, and he said this initiative reflects our commitment to bringing new formats and elevating the voices shaping Spanish language storytelling. By collaborating with University of Miami students, we are opening doors for a new generation of creators to connect with audiences in authentic and relevant ways. And I thought this was interesting because obviously I live in this area, and it's Spanish language television is one of the few original productions we have here besides the news. And you would think, oh, well, South Florida, Miami, the weather is great there all the time. I'm sure they have a lot of productions. Well, not really, because what we have to remember is, and Fred can probably attest to this, that um, you have to remember that different markets do different things.
Mm.
And this market or this state did not find entertainment/media to be of key importance. Hence, you can see when they vote for things like tax breaks for production, etc. This is why lots of people moved up to Georgia, because of the robust production scene up there. And so what you're really left with here is you don't have major, quote, Hollywood productions here. You have a lot of commercials and Spanish language television and the news. That's really what is produced here, with the offshoot of a few. They'll shoot a Bad Boys 2 or 5 or whatever we're on now. They'll shoot Fast and Furious 75, those types of things. So you get the one-off productions here, but you don't have a steady production culture here outside of those things. And I'm not downing them. Those things are also absolutely production, but let's say large budget productions do not. So I think that's a great training ground, particularly for students who, not just Latino students, but students who speak Spanish as well. That provides a great opportunity for them as well. So I thought that was cool.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. So moving on, the Pope says no clickbait, please. That's right. Pope Leo, our newly installed Pope of the Catholic Church, is weighing in on the clickbait and media thing. So he's told news organizations yesterday during a conference, enough with the clickbait. So he's urging journalists to fight, quote, junk information and help people distinguish between fact and fiction. He's also praising the work of journalists that are reporting from Ukraine and Gaza. So
Wow.
I have to say, you know what, 100%. I think this is great. I think, and here's the thing, because he's such a worldly pope. And, when I say worldly, and in a good way, very well traveled, lived in Latin America for a long time, but he's also originally from Chicago, isn't it?
Yes.
Originally from Chicago. And it's interesting when they went back into his roots in New Orleans that he has some Haitian roots as well. So I thought I think this gives him a very unique perspective on this, but I think it's needed because for the papacy to be paying attention to what's happening in media is very, very important, if you ask me. So he goes on to say this: communication must be freed from the misguided thinking that corrupts it, from unfair competition, and from the degrading practice of so-called clickbait. I urge you, never sell out your authority. So this was a conference in Rome held by Minds International, which is a network of global news agencies. The conference runs until today, and it's largely focusing on AI and the role of news agencies in what they're billing as a post-truth world. So he also addressed the topic of AI and disinformation. So he says this: it is a paradox that in the age of communication, news and media agencies are undergoing a period of crisis. Similarly, those who consume information are also in crisis, often mistaking the false for the true and the authentic for the artificial. So he says this as well: you can act as a barrier against those who, through the ancient art of lying, seek to create divisions in order to rule by dividing. You can also be a bulwark of civility against the quicksand of approximation and post-truth. So I thought that was very interesting indeed that he's weighing in on this. This is the first time, not that I pay that much attention to Vatican City, but this is the first time that I've heard a pope really address media and misinformation and disinformation, and bring in, the modern technology with AI. It's refreshing to hear. I think he's a pretty cool pope, in my opinion. So moving on. I just have a few more things. I'm trying to find, here we go. All right. So Byron Allen wants Stephen Colbert CBS time slot. He said, my hand is already up. Yes. So let's refresh our memory. Stephen Colbert still has 7 months left at the Late Show on CBS. Remember, they canceled the Late Show citing financial issues. We all know what that was about. We won't get into it. But there are still 7 months left. And he has an 11:30 time slot. Actually, it's like 11:35. They actually start 5 minutes after. So Byron Allen, who we know, who is a comedian turned media mogul, he has Allen Media Group. He has a Comics Unleashed show that comes on CBS at 12:30 a.m. But he said Wednesday that he's absolutely interested in the 11:30 slot once Colbert exits next May. He says this, let me be clear. If they're looking for a show, my hand is already up. I've never watched Comics Unleashed. Have any of you all watched it? So
I've seen it.
Okay, tell me what you think about. I don't know.
It's been a long time, but it's like isn't it like a round table? Like there's like 3 or 4 comics, and then Brian Allen says like a question or a topic, and then each comic said something funny. I think that's what it was. I wasn't like watching it; it was just like on.
Okay, so you are right, TJ. Some days they're funny, but they're all old reruns.
Okay.
They're all I've not seen anything
current.
Anything current. Thank you. It's all been reruns. It is funny, but they're reruns.
Right.
Fred says Byron, he needs to stick to
Local Now. Local Now, the Weather Channel.
He owns all that. And Fred said he did watch, and it's a roundtable for comics with it is, if you're up late working on something, you have that on.
I just didn't want to change the channel. I was just like too lazy to pick up something and change, and I was just like, "What is this?" Comics,
and you just let it roll because there's really nothing else on TV at that time,
right? And see, I'm thinking this. This is a no-go because CBS is going to want Gen Z, Gen Alpha eyeballs.
Well, they need them. They need them.
Yes, they do. It's the geriatric network, and they don't like it, so they're not going to put on. I'm like, first of all, Gen Z or Gen Alpha, do they know who Byron Allen is?
They should.
They should. No, I'm not. They should. But I'm looking at it through their eyes of what they pay attention to, and that is a person they would go who and move on. So
they need to find somebody in that genre that they could follow to put in that slot.
Right. If they wanted to go that way, CBS might go a different way. They might go a totally different way.
Yeah, so let me explain the ways they could possibly go. So you're 100% right, but what we have to think about, what is the lead-in to the Late Show?
The news.
Do millennials watch news? No. And most of what happens with television is you get an inheritance factor. People either come because they like the show, or they stick around because they were there from the show before, and they decide whether or not they like it. So Gen Z, millennial, none of us. I don't watch the news.
They're not watching news.
We're not watching the news. Most of us are not watching the news these days because it's too much. And often the local news is just a regurgitation of what you said at 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock.
If it bleeds, it leads. If it bleeds, it leads. Is that the 11 o'clock news?
Yeah, exactly. But most of the time, sometimes there's breaking things, but most of the time, from what I've seen, the times I watch it, I'm like, okay, but you talked about this at 10. You talked about this at 6. If there's nothing new, then there's no need for you to have this. It's better that
And
you produce something else.
and it's all clipped on YouTube. I'm like, I don't watch anything. I go to YouTube and clip it. It's clipped. Whatever's there.
Exactly.
Or each news station has a website. Like
Correct.
ours, like the WAB, I guess ABC7. Like I could just go. They got a live stream on their website. If I want to see something breaking news,
You can watch it
I'm
there.
streaming it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing it there. And they also have clips on their Instagram page.
Right.
Those ops often pop up for me. And they're
Yeah.
like shorter bites of stories rather than sitting and watching an entire news package.
Exactly.
So here's the things that could happen. So he wants to move Comics Unleashed to that 11:30 or 11:35 time slot from 12:30. So these
Okay.
are a couple of things that could happen. Now, remember, maybe you don't know. This is a time buy. Now, what that is where you pay for the airtime. So it's not
Okay.
that you were invited by the network. It's not that they're producing it, or not that a production company per se is doing this in conjunction with the network. You buy the time. Anybody can really do this for the most part if you have the money, but it's so expensive, most people don't do it. And if you do, you usually get a time slot at nothing o'clock in the morning, right after Peter Popoff and his miracle spring water. So it's usually at those times because that is the cheapest to buy airtime. So this is a time buy. So he's purchased that time at 12:30 to show Comics Unleashed. And what he does is he then goes out and gets advertising and monetizes that way. This has very little to do with CBS at all. That's him doing it. So now this is attractive to him because I don't think this would not be a time buy anymore, because that's still part of prime time and that's still Prime Network. So what they could do, they had a show on before. I'm trying to remember the name of it. And the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, that was 1993. That they put this on. And so they had something before 1993 that came on, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. And it's like a kind of like a Dateline or true crime type thing that they had. So they could go back to producing those, right? They could take Byron Allen up. They could, before they do that, say, okay, to the local affiliates, okay, you have an extra half hour for your news broadcast or whatever it is. You could do a talk show or whatever at that time, but I highly doubt anybody is going to watch a local news talk show at 11:30, right? So they go from 11 to 11:30, and they could say, okay, you have an extra half hour to do this, and they could give it to network the local affiliates. But they could also say, okay, or extra hour, I should say, because they could go to 12:35, right? So they could also say, okay, Mr. Allen, we will take you up on this. But what we are going to do is give an extra half hour to the local affiliate so that now you will start at midnight instead of 12:30. Does that all make sense? So those are all the choices of what could happen with this. Or they could just say, okay, you can have it. I don't know, because that would be a lot of negotiation in terms of what the terms are, because they're comfortable with him now because he's paying for it. And he's not getting any of the, he's bringing in all the ads. So they really don't have to do much.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because at 11:30, who's watching that? What could you put on? Stephen Colbert was kind of funny. What, and the other dude,
Jimmy Fallon?
No, Jimmy Fallon is over there, but wasn't the dude that was doing a karaoke card thing, wasn't he on CBS?
Yeah.
Yeah, he left.
He left.
His show is gone.
Okay, yeah, but he left, but then he went to Apple TV and started doing his karaoke card thing. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, something's got to be there that's going to lighten the mood, because I don't want to hear the news and then go to bed on that.
And comedy could be the thing to do it, but is this the comedic show to do it? So we look at, okay, all we have to do, and I haven't watched it to know how good it is, because here's the thing with me in comedy. If it's not funny, I'm not going to be happy. So
Right.
I just choose not to, unless I know it's funny, I choose not to expose myself to it because I'm like, okay,
There
next.
hasn't been since
It,
the night that maybe the comics of the 80s, 90s, early
Def
2000s.
Comedy
There has
Jam.
not been anything funny.
Right.
yeah,
My opinion.
no, you're the comics today are not funny. There
Not
is
funny.
one Maniscalco, he's funny.
There's
But
no
Okay,
Bernie
yeah.
Macs.
yeah,
And you
okay,
know,
there is no Bernie Mac, and
I'm trying to think of a whole bunch of people that it's
there's
just
not a
not
lot.
funny.
you know the
Def
I this
Comedy
may be an
Jam. I'm spoiled by stuff like Def Comedy Jam and all of those
right,
things.
and In Living
Comic,
Color and
what
Mad
was the one on
TV,
BET? Comic
Comic View,
View?
BET
Yes.
Comic View. So this may be an unpopular opinion. I don't find Kevin Hart funny.
It's not.
No,
He's not funny to me. Some people may find him
Not
funny,
funny.
but he does have a network called the LOL Network, which you can find on YouTube, and you can also find it on like places like Sling, on Roku, etc. So he's got that network. I see that as something, but it's network, so they would have to adjust. I see that as something that would more likely pull in Gen Z because and even then not as much because their idea of comedy is the
I
silliness
was just
on
gonna say,
TikTok.
what's their idea of funny? Because see,
That's
there's
not their
funny
idea of fun of
and there's
funny.
humorous. Like Kevin Hart is slightly humorous. I give him a slightly, but there's a funny and there's humorous and there's different levels of this. So
they
they
like
would have to
silly.
know what Gen Z finds funny, humorous, what would get them those kind of things. That's what they need to start with if that's who they want.
You know
Not
what's funny?
Right.
You know what's humorous? A geriatric network thinking they can pull in Gen Z with tired network. That
don't
but
that,
but
don't
I
that
got the
sound
drums.
wait? Don't that sound like Facebook trying to move people over to the okay?
Hello,
thank
kids.
you. Facebook is the CBS of the
Hello.
online world.
Heart is Fred got some comments up there.
Fred said just
I
begging.
forgot where I don't know where you stopped at.
Yeah, he said just begging Roland Martin on.
Just
No.
no, that would never work.
Go and do what he do now.
SCTV was funny. I remember
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And then
Mad TV was funny.
Mad
Yeah,
TV
Mad
was
TV.
funny.
And Live in Color.
Yep.
That's what I mean. Back then in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then comedy just dropped off a cliff.
And
my
he
opinion.
says Hart is sidekick funny. Now,
Is
if
he
they
even
brought
that-
Living
is-
in
is
Living
he even
Color back,
sidekick funny?
if they brought in Living Color back, it's funny, but they would the Gen Zers right now would be like, that's so inappropriate.
They would have to.
Yeah,
They could not.
their feelings would be
All of those-
hurt.
All of those things they
Yes.
could not bring back as is. It would have to be whatever the 2025 version of, and I'm not even sure that will work. And this is another thing. I mean, I know we know, but I'm just mentioning it. The reason why we have a Super Bowl show that has a celebrity like it has now is because In Living Color did something.
They were the ones who did
They were the
a
ones.
halftime show.
They did a halftime show to siphon off every view because the NFL did some up with people or marching bands, something.
Something
I don't know
weird.
what they did. Something that was like, no. So the Living Color, very smart, very smart. You got to give it to the Wayans. They said, hey,
Absolutely.
we're going to do a special during that block of time.
So if you recall, going back to the comedy thing and In Living Color, which was like my mother loved In Living Color. Okay, one of my favorite shows. So if you remember Miss Bonita, I ain't want to gossip, but you ain't
I
heard
don't know
it
what
from
the
me.
gossip, but you ain't heard
Right.
from me.
Exactly. So she actually, if you remember, during the last election,
Mm-hmm.
she did like a whole, I can't remember what it was. It was a whole election, actually not this one, the one where it was Biden Harris running, where they won. Okay, when they did a whole special on television, if you remember, and it was on YouTube actually.
Yeah.
And Miss Bonita came on and was talking, and it was hilarious. But I'm quite sure that it's been quite a number of years since In Living Color was on the air. So to bring people back up to speed and capture that same magic, it was a show of the moment.
Yes, that's what I mean. Coach, it was the 90s. It was culturally where we were, especially as our culture in the 90s. Like Black culture took over everything. Not that it doesn't do now. It's just that it was everything. It was everything. And I don't think we could do it in Living Color today, only because culturally things are different. Like, these kids are on TikTok. They're gonna be like, yeah, whatever. They're not,
Absolutely.
they're not gonna connect with it.
So I have one last story before we start digging in the closets. That's not the term. Anyway, rabbit hole, robot hole. That's it. So the last story that I have for you is surprise, surprise, a judge has tossed out Drake's defamation suit against the label over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Well, were any of us surprised?
I was like, that thing was still going on. He still was.
We forgot. Remember, the news cycle is very short.
Yeah,
so
I was like,
when something new comes up, we forget all about this. But yeah, the suit was still going on. It was still in court. So Drake, if you remember, brought this suit against Universal Music Group, and they tossed it out yesterday. A federal judge said that the lyrics in Kendrick Lamar's diss track "Not Like Us" were opinion. So let's go back to the spring of 2024 when this feud between arguably two of hip hop's biggest stars at the time erupted. And they were going back and forth with these tracks, and it culminated with Kendrick Lamar landing that blow with Not Like Us. So then Drake got mad. Okay. That's what basically what he's like, and then he got mad. So the judge was Judge Jeanette A. Vargas, and I think it's the New York Circuit Court. And these tracks lyrically branded Drake as a pedophile. If you remember A minor, that line A minor. Vargas said, a reasonable listener could not have concluded that Not Like Us was conveying objective facts about Drake. Quote, although the accusation that plaintiff that is a pedophile is certainly a serious one, the broader context of a heated rap battle with incendiary language and offensive accusations hurled by both participants would not incline the reasonable listener to believe that Not Like Us imparts verifiable facts about plaintiff. So, after the decision, Drake's legal team said in a statement, we intend to appeal today's ruling, and we look forward to the Court of Appeals reviewing it.
Because the attorney is getting paid. So
absolutely.
Yeah, they're going to drag this on. And see, what I'm going to say is the judge is absolutely right. Because if you don't know anything about any of these artists or what's going on, because I didn't know they had a few. I just got, you got sucked into watching a tennis match. But if you didn't know anything about these two artists, you wouldn't go, oh, he's calling Drake. He's not, the way he's lyrically saying it is not, he's not calling him that. He's dancing around it with the lyrics. The A minor. It's like you're in the club, you get it. But if you hating outside the club, you don't get it. And
Fred is funny.
Fred, gasoline drawers.
Because there's layers to this whole thing, the debate of, if you look at you can go to one of the websites and look at the lyrics, all of the things he's saying about Drake as an outsider of rap, coming in from Canada, not even dissing the Canada, but coming in from outside of the origins of rap, trying to go to Atlanta and trying to pay Atlanta rappers to legitimize him, and all of those things are in there, but he doesn't really say those things. He says it lyrically in the way that they talk. And if you didn't know anything about any of the both of the rappers, you would just go, "Oh, okay, not like us." He didn't really. It's not there. The imagery is like hinting at it, but he doesn't come out and say it. That's why the judge threw it out, because he didn't slander. He didn't this. And another thing with the answer to Kendrick's song was to make something better, which Drake did not do. He picked up his toys and called his lawyers and went to, oh, I'm gonna get you. That's not how you do it.
And that is the very
Yes.
thing that they're talking about in hip hop. You are
Yes.
proving their point. The fact
Yes.
that you couldn't take the heat and come back with something better
You're
and
supposed
just
to
say,
go
because
find it back.
hip hop is the epitome of playing the dozens, right?
Yes.
It is the highest form of your mama joke you can
Yeah,
ever
your mama this, your
ever
mama that.
perpetrate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you go back and forth. But what
You're supposed to
happens?
be creative about
Sometimes
it.
somebody
Mhm.
takes it too personally and they're like, I'm not playing anymore.
Well,
But
a hit
not
dog
only
will holler. That's all I'll say.
well, exactly. Not only did he say I'm not playing anymore, he went and got other people to, beat them up, and went and got his big cousins to beat him up. But it didn't work. Okay. So I think this is very interesting. But the bigger thing here is too, it just like the judge's ruling says, number one, things were hurled on both sides. Number two, a reasonable person is not going to think that this is truth necessarily about, and not just truth, but act upon the truth. Because for defamation and libel, you have to prove that this libel or slander has hurt you or affected you. I don't think they've been able to do this. So now, this is the point, my Drake, where you just say, let's drop it.
He's not gonna get. They're gonna keep going with this, and like you said, people forgotten and moved on. People who didn't know anything about. I think I read there was some articles somewhere that they explained the whole history of the beef. But if you're not in the hip hop culture like that and know both artists' music catalog and all of the things that have gone around on the outside about secondary rappers that were brought in, because this one said something about that one, so Kendrick did this, and there's a whole story to this. So the average person that was like getting into the what's the not like us, everything went over their heads.
Beef is not new. This has been going on in the hip hop game. Battles in
East Coast, West Coast, this, that. It goes way back.
It goes way back. Although, the thing is, we don't want it to get to the detrimental point. When it's all in good humor and good fun, that's one thing. But now involve the authorities in this. I think that also says that you can't handle the world. And really, had you just gone on, you don't even have to make another diss track, because if your mission is bigger than that, then continue with your mission. Continue making lollipop hip hop if you desire, and go ahead and take that money that you're making from your lollipop songs and do something good with it. Continue doing the HBCU thing. Continue uplifting, because you're from Toronto, uplifting communities there. Do that type of thing and make that your mission, instead of making the mission to make hip hop miserable.
And that is Kendrick pulled the rug back and exposed Drake, because Drake was so big. Oh, he's the thing of hip hop. He's the king of hip. No, he's not. So,
don't mind him. Anyway, that's what I have for you today.
Fred has some comments there.
Yeah, Fred says it's all entertainment that Drake came for. Drake came at Lamar's wife.
His wife and kid. Yes, he really took it personal. So again, this is when you get deep into, the history of the beef of, they go way back of not liking each other, like 2020, 2010, something like. So you got to know all of that. But I'm saying the average person who was like, oh, what's going on? You see it's like you see the kids fighting at school after school, and you're like, what's going on? You're on the periphery looking, well, there's a fight. Everybody's like, fight, but you don't know what's going on. You're just caught up in the moment of the energy of the fight. So everything
Well,
goes
that's when
over
you
your
get out
head.
of there because you don't want to be suspended too. So
Right. So the kids on the outer fringe, they get away because they're like, well, they see the principal coming or whoever the authority or whatever, they get away. But they're on the fringe going, oh, what's this? A fight? Oh, let's observe. So that's what a lot of this was, especially when the Not Like Us came out. But before that, they were back and forth rat bat. They had this one released that one did an answer. This one did the answer to the answer. That one did, and then that's when the Not Like Us came in. So that's when what I'm trying to say is that the public was aware of it because it became such a big thing, but they didn't know the root of where it came from. So that's why the judge was like, this is not a thing, So bye-bye. But they're gonna appeal it, and he has every right because that's how it works. You appeal. So
And you have money to pay for crazy.
So there you go.
Oh,
Good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. Thank you, TJ.
Welcome.
And so what will you do with Sora 2?
Oh,
TJ brought us a story on Tuesday about AI junk.
Yeah, I call it AI junk, but they call it AI slop. I was like, I don't like the word slop, so I changed it to junk. The
And
junk
so
y'all, Fred Sanford.
So there, I guess 2 sides, might be 3 sides, but there are 2 sides of this whole thing. And so we got the viewpoint for what's his name? Casey Neistat.
Yeah, Casey Neistat. Oh, sorry, Casey Neistat. Which he had a video, and I think I put it in the chat. I'll find it again. But he was just like demoing it and talking about the process of making filmmaking and making content online. Now that you have the Sora, you don't need the set and the 5 different camera angles and this and that. But again, are you making quality stuff? That's where the AI clock comes in.
Would you say?
I think that argument is premature. I think that argument is premature. When they're saying like the same thing when Sora came out last year, and Tyler Perry's like, "Oh, I'm canceling all my plans to build studios." Now, if you don't want to build studios, say that, but don't preface that because Sora is here, I don't need to do that. I think it's extremely premature. I think it can be used very well for some things, but and I think it could be very well used to create an entire thing. But audiences have not changed that much yet to want to have an entire feature-length Sora movie. I don't know.
I don't
animation
think so.
We're fine with.
Because we know. Okay, fine. So with that in mind, I asked ChatGPT what are some things that we could do at BizChicks with Sora 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show you what we came up with. And because I don't do silly, that's just me. I did do a skydiving thing. I'll show you that. But because everybody was, when I went in there, it's kind of, okay, let me say this. It's acting like Reels first.
Yeah.
Where you go in, all you see are videos.
Right. That's the move now, because Instagram is doing the same thing with the apps.
And I think they are positioning themselves, and TJ, you guys can jump in on this, that they're positioning themselves in case TikTok goes south.
Right.
And the other thing was, this is a game changer for creating a reel for me.
Right. Because it was really quick. I went in this morning and did a couple. So I was like, if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, I do. And I'm going to post up. Let me put mine. Oh, what is this? Okay. Share this. And Dr. Tachi, I don't know if your camera went down. Something. I still see you in the.
Put it back.
She's still there, but I don't
what happened?
camera.
Oh, the square or the circle. Okay, that's
there. It is.
And now I'm in the center circle.
Okay, so I'm going to put this in, and this is what I created.
Chicks, we're more than a network. We're a community of women building businesses and leading with purpose. From creative studios to cafes, home offices to boardrooms, we connect, collaborate.
And it gave me a little short. It's a short. Now I got to figure out, because it says it can do 60 seconds long. And it says that I can do landscape. I need to figure out why it didn't do landscape when I asked for landscape. But the point is, this took me literally seconds instead of all I would have had to go and find the people and put all that stuff in.
It takes you the length of time to type.
Exactly. And I was like, excuse me? And I did have one with my Cameo, but I wanted to know, what can we do with it? And so I'm going to stop sharing. TJ, you can share yours.
Okay.
Oh, look at her.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Do I have the... Okay, let me get the sound off and let me refresh it.
By end of day. Also confirm Tuesday's call with the London team. Thanks. Period. Yeah, that looks right. Follow up for the Baxter proposal. Send by end of day. Also confirm Tuesday's call with the...
Okay. All right. So that's the very first one I did. Let me see if I can find the... Okay.
Oh, like you've been busy.
Your audience is scrolling fast. Give them something worth stopping for. Learn how to craft viral content powered by artificial intelligence and your unique voice. Master the strategy, the visuals, and your audience is scrolling fast.
Okay.
Give them something worth stopping.
Yeah.
And I did
Marcus.
this one.
All right. Move invoices up, check on the vendor call, and yeah, follow up with Marcus. Okay. That should do it. All right.
Okay, so those are mine. And like you said, I'm trying to figure out how you make them longer.
Yeah, and they said that we can...
Connected or something?
She's coming in now.
Okay.
She might have changed something.
So yeah, no, I did those just like I have saved prompts for my images, like the images I make with the all the entrepreneurs and everybody walking down the street and stuff like that. So I just was like, okay, I just put because I have them saved, I just copy and paste it and hit enter and let it do its work, and that's what it did. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that. And then I have one with the billboard that says something, and then I have my website and it put the website on it. I was like, oh, cool. I like that too.
And I was like, okay, this was a lot faster. I'm like, okay, this is a game changer. And I uploaded it to my my Instagram channel. I was wondering if, because it has Sora written all over it, if they was going to try and take it down. But then they also have stuff up from TikTok too, so they shouldn't be pulling it down. I was like, okay, I can do some reels now.
Yeah, so I was going to there's a download. So I haven't downloaded them. I was going to download, but then I like the part where it's just real quick. It, like Fran said, it's seconds. And I was like, I'm coming on here not for the nonsense, like Fran was saying about the silliness and the people can do that, but I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to advertise da 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 da.
And it is a game changer. I get quality video. And you all you have to know how to do is communicate effectively to get what you want. And what I did for the Biz Chicks thing is I went to ChatGPT and I said, give me a prompt to put in Sora that talks about Biz Chicks and what we do. Here's our tagline. Here's our this. Here's the logo. And I put it all in.
Exactly. That's the whole point of this, because like we're using it for this kind of stuff, and I went into the feed and there was like 100 MLK videos. I have a dream saying something silly. And
yes.
Every video was like MLK. I have a dream speech, and he was saying something silly about Sora or this or that. I was like, no, no, no. That's we're not here for that. But
But
that's
you
what people are
already
doing,
knew. You already
right?
knew.
I know.
Well, that's what they did with TikTok too. People were dancing and pointing, right? And Instagram. So people are going to be I guess it shows who you are by what you, okay, maybe not.
Well, and you know what? This truly has the capacity to separate those who have serious skill in prompting and have actually good goals from those who are just playing around and don't have much to say.
Right. Because I've seen one, it was a drone with a flying chicken saying something stupid.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
yeah.
what? Why?
Yeah. Why?
Who asked for this?
I don't want that. That's not entertaining, but it's entertaining to the alpha and whoever's coming.
The person who put it together. Now, here's something that I noticed, because I listened to the guys the engineers who were talking about it. I watched their little 20-minute video when they introduced it. He said that we are trying to get friends and family back together. And this is a way you can use that app, because you can have your cameo mutually with someone else. So you can be in a video with somebody else. You can do some things, and you get your friends together and have fun. This is totally opposite. That sentiment is totally opposite of what Instagram is doing, where they're taking away friends and family.
Right. But I don't see, and then we're getting to the part where friends and family already have the family chat on WhatsApp, where they're already doing that. And I think there's a couple of the apps where I've seen they say family have their private chat because they don't want the public. And I said that a long time ago. There was going to be a place where people were going to go underground because they didn't want the scrutiny of public. And they're already doing that before Sora came out. So I don't know if they might go to Sora and make it there, but they're going to send it to the private family chat on some app. I can't remember the name of it that a lot of families use. It's not WhatsApp. It's not Meta. It's something else. I can't remember the name of it. Now, but those conversations are happening already.
Right. And it again, I looked at when you go in and you can keep your cameo to yourself or to mutual or to people you follow or know. So you don't have to share.
I didn't even do a cameo. I skipped all that.
Right. But I did a cameo because I jumped out of what is this? I did some hang gliding. Let me see if I can find that for you. I did some hang gliding.
Businesses and
so see, there's already okay, like this is not the app I'm talking about. There's some family focused apps already. Kinzu is one, Messenger Kit, but there's some that are like family friendly, designed with safety features and parental stuff. So I don't see a lot of, if that's their idea, I don't see a lot of families going, oh, let's put all the kids on Sora. I don't see them doing that.
Right.
And it's not one, I forgot, it's some app that people use for families. It's like all the families get on it. It's either WhatsApp or I can't remember the name of it. But those conversations are already happening. So I don't see a bunch of people going, oh, let's get the family chat on Sora. The kids might make a video. Some of the adults might make a video on Sora, but they're going to share it out to that private chat that they already got going on whatever messenger app that they're on.
Okay, so I did this.
Cliff, hang gliding in Hawaii. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look at that water. It's like a postcard. You can see the reefs, the mountains, everything. I feel like I'm flying for real. The air is cool, steady, and it smells like the ocean.
And that's you. That's your cameo.
Yeah, I did a cameo. Hey, Dr. Tachi, you're back. And so I was like, okay. And then I did another cameo. And see, the cool thing is you don't have to do a cameo.
Right. I skipped that. I was like, they said something and it was a skip. So I tapped on skip because I was like, I'm not scanning my face. So
and it wasn't even that big a deal, you know what I
Right.
mean? When
Right.
you scanned it, I asked for, so I just wanted to see, and I can keep these private.
A client meeting. I've got a meeting with a local bakery owner to talk about how AI can help manage inventory and improve customer experience. Navigation set to their shop.
I like
AI
that
isn't
one.
just
That's real. Okay, I'm professional. I'm sending this to prospective clients or whatever.
And you
You
put
know?
whatever it is that you
Yeah.
want to talk about.
Yeah. Cause see, we went straight into business mode with this thing. I was like, I'm not doing no flying rainbow chickens. Whatever that
I was
stupid
like,
stuff
what?
was.
And there was a lot, and that's, I see what Casey Neistat was saying, but you don't have to do crazy stuff.
Right. But it sucks you in, and because that's when you go in, that's what you see. I was flipping through and I was like, okay, when I saw the third MLK video, I Have a Dream, I was like, I'm out. And I just went back. I said, okay, let me make what I want to make.
And then you could also, like you said, curate your feed, because I can follow other business people on there. There was a app maker who did some things, because they have a book that you can read in 15 minutes, kind of like Blinksit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you can get a summarization of a book in like 15 minutes. And they had some interesting little video that they were doing it. Hey, I read this book in 15 minutes while he's riding a horse or something. But they were using it. And then there's another guy who, he's the king of memes. I'm like, I don't do memes, but I will do. And I don't have to have me in the video. Dr.
Right.
Kaji, you still with us? I see you. I don't know. Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello? Okay. Yeah, so we had power outage. It just went out. Yeah, because it's a little bit of a thunderstorm. And so this 1867 grid that I'm on, the slightest thing, and it just goes out. So I'm on my phone now, which is why I have a different avatar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so have you played with Sora yet?
And while you giving your opinion, Dr. Tachi, I found this somebody in my feed, so I'm going to share one of their
videos.
Yeah, I just found them in
Okay.
the Sora. So go ahead and.
So what am I giving my opinion on now? Sora in general, or
have you played with it yet, or?
I have not played with this new version yet. No, I'm going to today and this weekend. That is going to be my thing, and yeah, I'm interested to see what I can do with it for my own stuff, but also what I'm able to do with it for real estate, because I create an awful lot of real estate content, so I'm interested.
Yes, because I think, Terralina created something too. Go ahead, TJ.
Okay, so yeah, I just went back into the main feed and it's somebody called Waves from Heaven, and I was like, oh, okay, they're making stuff.
We are witnessing days of unusual, tremendous, and unprecedented breakthroughs. The doors that were once closed are swinging wide open. The promises are manifesting. God is faithful, and we are witnessing
doing like Christian stuff. But here's her feed of like,
motivational stuff.
Yeah, motivational. This is the one that caught my eye.
Thank you for waking me up this morning, for breath and new mercy. Thank you for peace that steadies my heart and for dreams you keep alive in me. Lead my steps today, Lord. Let your light shine.
So that's
Thank you
this
for
is
waking
what's
me up
going
this
on.
morning.
People are making like content, like not the rubber chicken. I saw somebody riding a boar with a flying rainbow chickens. I'm not into that. So this popped up on my feed, and I was like, okay, somebody's making content.
Some of y'all treat people bad and then wonder why nothing's going right
I
for
can
you. It's
see
not the
how
devil.
this could be used for if you have a point to make, maybe your post that you would normally do elsewhere.
Yes.
I like it.
You really can make quick videos, and like you were saying, post to your Instagram or post to other places. I expect to see a lot of this on like Facebook, like especially like that there's somebody doing Christian videos already and just taking their prompt and making what they want to make. The Sora logo is floating around, but that's not a big deal because we're used to that with TikTok. TikTok videos has a little floaties, and Instagram
and TikTok is plastered all over their stuff. So
have the little floaties. YouTube got the little, so it's not a big deal. So if you really want to, say, hey, I really want to do something real quick, but you could do that with YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts lets you, you can kind of, they're working on that.
Every businesswoman should know. First, a digital planner to keep your schedule clear and your head even clearer. Second, cloud storage so your files are always a tap away. And third, an invoicing.
And Terralina created that.
See,
this is what I like.
It makes it's seconds. As soon as you type in a prompt.
I see, and these are the types of things that can extend your ability to put content out there without having, okay, so look at this. So I could easily do something like this physically, but I have to go to the beach and take all my stuff with me and then shoot a few different angles. And then I would have to upload my footage into something and do all of this. So there are several steps to this, whereas AI did this in seconds, and you could actually upload your face, right, and have this be you if you want that to be you.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, there's so much promise in this.
Yeah.
We can create ads.
Did you see the one I did with the billboard, Dr. Tachi?
Show it again.
Okay.
Show it again because I missed it.
All right. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Let me find it. Because I did one with the billboard in my website. Okay. Is this it? No, that's the one I did with the lady walking down.
Now we still like her too. I'm loving the bag and the shoes, by the way.
Scrolling fast.
I know,
Your
right?
audience is scrolling fast. Give them something worth stopping for. Learn how to craft viral content powered by artificial intelligence and your unique voice. Master the strategy, the visuals, and your audience is scrolling fast. Give them something worth stopping for. Learn how to craft viral content powered by artificial intelligence.
The prompt is there.
I like that.
No, I'm talking about I might want to borrow the see, you can create that ad for somebody else to use. I can use that.
Because all I did was I have prompts stored for images. So I just was like, okay. Like Fran said, you either have a prompt ready to go or you go to ChatGPT or you go to Copilot, whoever you want to go to,
and have them write you a prompt.
Ask it, I need a prompt to do this, and take it over to Sora, and you're done.
Yeah, and because I don't have to do Cameo, but I can get a video that's ready to go and be used on.
Yeah, I got an idea. Right when you have an idea, you wake up. I wake up, I have ideas, and I'm like, okay, and then like Dr. Toddy says, well, I gotta film it, I gotta go to Canva, I gotta type it out. You don't want to do all those steps. You just do the one step,
and
pretty much. These are all like the first one was like right off the bat. I didn't do anything. I think the billboard one I kind of fiddled with because I wanted the text to look a certain way, but the first one. It was text, it was type, it was pasted, make it, and nothing else. Nothing.
And I asked ChatGPT, how could BizChicks use Sora 2? And he said, here are
strategic and tactical use cases, assuming you can get access. Well, I got access. And most of the people, access is rolling out more. And I believe every you get 4 invites to give away.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use it for marketing and social media content.
Mm-hmm.
And then it tells you on here how it provides value. Produce short, eye-catching AI generated video clips, 10 to 60 seconds for promos, brand stories, event teasers, customer success reels. Shut up. I don't have to. Oh my gosh, do you realize I don't even need to use NVIDIA AI to do stuff anymore?
Listen, because I had InVideo and I'm like, I'm not paying for this anymore. So I cut it off because I have, and this is one thing that everyone should do. Look at the apps that you already have that may be replicating the features of something else or may soon have it. So even though like InVideo at the time was really one of the only ones that was doing those types of videos, there have since been others that have taken that down. So I have something called FlexClip, which I've had for years because I bought it through AppSumo. Well, they started doing that type of feature. So I'm like, well, I don't need NVIDIA anymore. So I started using that. But even now, even with FlexClip and things like that, there is work required. Now all you have to do is really prompt properly, and you've got this done.
Right.
They're coming for you too.
And it
so
says
I just real quick, I just found the see less like this button, so I'm going through and all the flying robot chicken or whatever that was.
Okay, yeah.
Because I looked, yeah.
It's the junk, and we don't have to play with the junk.
The junk is gone.
So there's explainer. You can use it for explainer videos and training modules, translate written or narrated content into animated, semi-realistic video explainers, especially for complex topics or processes. Interactive user content, community features allow members to remix or co-create short AI videos, testimonial cameos, branded micro stories, product concept visualizations for product ideation, physical goods, accessories, like you can generate a perfume bottle, generate short cinematic scenes showing the product in use or in context, content personalization, A/B video variants, automatically generate multiple versions of short video creatives tailored to audience segments. Event and pitch visuals. And pitches produce short immersive visuals to accompany a slide deck or narrative.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm
Look at
sold.
that.
Yeah, so they tell you about, what you must check in the guide rails, access constraints you'll need to secure access. Okay, that's done. Copyright and likeness. Because Sora 2 can generate characters and insert likenesses, you must respect IP rules and consent. OpenAI is developing more granular controls for rights holders. Quality and limitations, while improved, Sora 2 still has limits with long sequences, consistency across shots, and physical realism in complex scenes. Provenance, trust, and transparency using watermarking and signals so viewers know a video is AI generated. Okay, well, Sora being floating across the screen helps with that, right?
Yes.
But
I
there
think
is
I said
yes.
somebody was saying something about this apps to remove the watermarks. I don't know how.
There is I saw somebody on YouTube, hey, if you use our we have Sora built in, and if you use our platform, the watermark won't be there. Well, okay, I don't know, man.
Well, there's an invisible watermark. They won't be able to get rid of that. So
right, that's
correct.
Whenever they kick in the thing that's going to trigger the invisible watermark, it won't matter because it's going to be automatically marked AI. So
Yes. Ethics and
Exactly.
misuse. Be cautious about deepfakes, misinformation, and deceiving content. Adopt content policies and review. So, if you're going to use it, they're trying to tell you use it ethically. Okay.
Yes.
Some people
Yes.
you got to tell them, but
Well, you can tell, it's like you got a kid. Don't do this. Don't touch the stove. Don't do that. They're going to do it.
don't lie and don't steal. And okay. But I think I liked having the freedom to create and get it done, because
It's
before
really quick.
because TJ, you gave us a posting schedule and stuff, but getting the content together to do the post was like, oh, okay, I gotta go over here and go into Canva and make the content. That was hard. It ain't hard no more.
Nope.
And because
it is not.
Because everything is video driven, okay, do I need to make posts now? Because most of the stuff is video driven.
So I see that this, from what I've been doing the last few minutes, is I get to curate my feed. I get to see what I want, and it's all AI videos, but all my stuff looks realistic. And I'm kind of happy with that. Now, will I stay in this all day? No, I'm already tired. I put it down. But it's entertaining for a few minutes. And business-wise, you want to get you want to get whatever your message is in those few seconds that people are there.
So how did you curate your feed?
Okay, so when I went in, like I said, that when I first went in, there was all these MLK. Here's one Ice and a Chihuahua. Okay, so who's Ice coming after next? So there's the 3 dots on the bottom right. I say see.
Oh, I saw that.
And it goes away.
Oh, where you just decide I don't like it.
Dog or something. I don't know. It's not anything I want. So there's 3 dots below the paper plane on the right.
Oh, and it says
3 dots.
And it says to see less.
Yes. And it whooshes away. Bye-bye.
Oh, I'm liking this.
Bye-bye. Here's a dog on a computer. No, I don't want that. Whoosh, gone. I see any political stuff and whoosh, it's gone. Here's a guy with an eye. Here's some kids with eyes in the middle of their forehead. Whoosh, it's gone.
I saw that. Who wants that? I'm like, why are these the creme de la creme?
It's gone. It's gone.
So I don't have to watch Crazy.
Whoosh is gone. Here's a dude doing Jake Paul doing squats. Whoosh.
It's where busy dreamers finally
Exactly. Who wants that?
Anything that looks crazy, whoosh. That's gonna be my new thing. Whoosh. Jake Paul screaming in a 7-Eleven. Whoosh. Why is it Jake Paul? Why is everything Jake Paul?
Okay, why is Bob Ross doing haircuts designs on black people?
Weird, man.
I saw one where he was beating up the painting the
yes
on the easel. He was beating it up or ripping it up. I don't want that.
Peeling paint.
I didn't answer that.
And the laptop that barely keeps up to this.
But what I would like is I'm getting some ideas for some stuff based on this. Here's somebody riding a bicycle with a chicken on their head. Whoosh. I don't want that stupid stuff.
Now wait a minute. Now how do you get rid of these things? Say that again.
The 3 dots on the when you
on the bottom right.
When you're watching the video on the bottom right, there's the heart, there's the comment, there's what is that? A Sora button? I don't know what that is. And then the airplane, and then there's 3 dots. See less. That's a
now wait a minute. Are you on your phone or on your computer?
Yes, I'm on the phone.
Or not to me. That's not
Okay, so I'm on my computer. So I think it's a little different to do that.
Let me look on my computer because I have my computer open. Let's see what the
More Jake
what that
Paul.
looks like. So
Yeah.
if I go to home,
Yeah, look on the web. I'm on my phone doing it because I'm like I don't want to see all that.
okay, so I'm on here and I don't like whatever this
Possum
is.
eating Halloween candy. Nope.
Okay, so how do I get rid of you?
Is there a button on the web version? They need to put it there.
Oh, okay. So wait.
Yeah.
Oh, there is when you click on the person. Nope, that does not say you can report or block. I don't want that. I just want to know how do I get
double tap on the video? Nothing happened.
Okay, if you accidentally hover over a video, you get things. How do I get rid of you on the desktop?
So, maybe the because the emphasis has been on the app, all the features and things have not been rolled out. I can't imagine that you could not curate on desktop, but because also that's right now just the app is just for app iOS.
iOS, yeah.
Right. And I use Android. So I would have to download it to my iPad and it not obviously being optimized for iPad.
Yeah, but let me see. You could if you want to get rid of stuff, you could do it
I'm
for
trying
that.
to figure out how to
Right.
curate this feed, man. If I was on the desktop, that should be a thing. And right now,
yeah, absolutely. So you can have following. Now, what I discovered is I didn't realize that I was following you all because
I found it.
Oh,
you found
where
it?
is it?
All right, show us.
Okay, so when you click on it, it opens up to the right. Over to the right, when I clicked on a video, it opened up, and on the right-hand side, there was a column, and I can add a comment or whatever, or see less like this.
Oh, see less like this. Okay.
That's it. See less like this.
Okay, and it says we'll show you less of this content. Okay, and yeah,
Right.
so you could go to the For You. This is in the For You.
You can use it on the iPad, Dr. Sachi.
Smart specs on.
The app works.
I'm pulling out blue frames over there.
Yeah. On the iPad. Okay, I'll download it there. Although my desktop is probably where I'll be using it most. But
No excuses.
my laptop rather.
I'm about to hang you on a poster in your own. Tap on the bit.
And you hover over stuff, and you get. I wish I didn't have to go into the actual video.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just would want to be able to, on the video itself, have those three dots so you can get rid of it.
Right.
Is that so hard?
Just do it on the iPad. It works. That's what I'm doing now.
With no restrictions. Be less restricted.
Okay.
I don't know why there's like hundreds of MLK.
Okay, now this is hilarious. There's one that's a National Olympic Dish Cleaning Championship. That's hilarious.
What?
Yes, National Olympic, although they spelled Olympic wrong.
Okay. We'll show you less of this
There's some
content.
stupid ones where people are arresting spaghetti.
And like dumb stuff.
They're putting the handcuffs on the spaghetti on the ground. Arresting mac and cheese. I don't want to see that. Yeah, so I know my finger's gonna be real busy. See less, say less. Oh my goodness. I really wish there was some kind of option for the children, MLK's children, to tell OpenAI not to do this, because there's so many that I have a dream speeches like
Yeah,
using that, making them say silly stuff, and I'm like, I really am not happy with that.
They're going to need they're going to need to the King Center and the the foundation and stuff. They're really going to need to leverage that IP which
And
they
Bob
own.
Ross's family or estate or whoever.
And Bob Ross, exactly.
Okay, so Tupac, they had something with Tupac and Chris Benoit, and I'm like, how did you get that on there?
True.
And I'm like, where did you just get that? And I need this.
Because my thing is, you're supposed to be creating something new. This is not new. This is cheap knockoff.
Right.
I have a dream.
No, you don't. Not gonna do that. Okay, see less like that.
The content will not violate Sora's policies.
Okay, so I'm gonna be when I go in here.
Alone. Here.
Mark Cuban skipping down the street singing Scooby Dooby Doo. No.
Okay, he must have given permission
But
for
it
his
doesn't
cameo.
look like him. But it doesn't look like him. The person I'm reading the prompt. It doesn't look like Mark Cuban. It's just a man.
Nothing will happen. Nothing. Don't do it.
I do love the artistic avant-garde ones, though.
Nothing will happen.
There's some anime ones in here too, like the anime and the cartoon and illustrated stuff. Those are really creative. But here's the I see. Here's the Tupac one at Woodstock '69.
First detective seal. That is number 5. She's on record pace.
See, that one looks like him though.
Johnson accelerating through the middle portion of this run. Look at the precision.
All right, so people, you're gonna have to download it and get in here and get through the weeds of
Yeah, and because I've been seeing I would, you know what I would like it to do?
a mask block.
A button that says what you're interested in.
That.
Guy now.
Maybe that will come with the people complain.
That will come.
Yeah.
I think that will come. That will come. And this is interesting because this really has the propensity to become a major social app. And that is the difference between this and other video/content creation AI tools, that the social aspect is really included. And even though with, for example, with OpenAI, other parts of OpenAI and other things, you can make comments, but this truly seems like something social.
Yeah.
And this requires you to use your ingenuity to come up with stuff, or you know what I mean?
I don't know their intent, but I'm thinking they're probably the videos are supposed to spark a conversation or something. Or
this is the clever phone we just launched. Looks like a telephone, but it's also a little computer. With a rotary dial, no less. Absolutely. And when I flip this switch, see the menu? Basic, Pascal. This is the clever phone we just launched.
May I? Let's play together.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Why can't I get out here on campus?
Yeah, the sun finally showed up. Makes walking to class way better.
It's busy though. Everyone's cramming for midterms. Are you all working on it?
Okay, it's getting better. Some of the crazy stuff is leaving.
Don't try it.
yeah, so you got spend some time doing that, and it's gonna
double tap the screen,
and then get out of, then close it and come back in, and then because the server, the algorithm is serving stuff, and you or no.
So that is something I think that some of the people are going to need to share. The YouTubers and people.
Yeah, there'll be videos how to do this, how to do that on Sora. So we'll keep an eye out. And okay.
Well, that is
Yeah, this is
what we
cool.
can do with Sora. We could have went. Some people went dark, and it's going to take over the world. And then, okay, no, let's see what we can do with it.
Definitely making junk, but you can curate.
You don't have to make.
You don't have to make AI junk.
I'm seeing some crazy stuff. I was like, nope. Whoosh.
Yeah,
Not today.
Not today. We do not have to have it. So it's just like with any other AI product. If you prompt it correctly,
yes,
you will get. You can do some amazing things. And
yes. Just watch the barrage of junk coming at you, and just do Wonder Woman.
If I can figure out the landscape video, would be great. So
yes, and you said the extra time, right? You can make them longer.
Yeah, because it said you can do a 60-second one, and it said it's supposed to do
Oh,
landscape.
that's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm all into working on this today and this weekend. Well, I am going to brunch tomorrow, but after that, I'll be, working on that.
Well, I look forward to some on the beach content since you don't have to go to the beach.
Yes, and I'm
Yes.
looking forward to
Miami.
Yeah, I'm looking
But not
forward to
Miami,
it as
but
well.
Florida.
Well, thank you everybody who stuck around and watch this play in the sand. Check out Sora 2, and if you have access and if you have your invite code, check it out, play with it, see what it does for you. What will you do with Sora 2? You have a tool in your hand that can make your content better and faster. Use it. Use your powers for good. We'll see you next. Oh, wait a minute. I need to invite you to join the BizChicks community. You can text, let's see, where are we? You can go to bizchicks.net. We got a brand new website. Check it out and tell us what you think. Or you can text biz to 33777. Any way you do it, we want to say thank you for becoming a part of the BizChicks community. Dr. Tachi, Tara Lena, Terry Johnson online. Look for us on Sora, TJ online. I'm using my Tech Diva, TECDVA on Sora. If you get it, follow us and we'll follow you. Thank you for tuning in, and we're going to let Brittany take us out. Take us home. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.